Hello everyone. For this homework, this is for lesson 3, and for this homework assignment we're going to be reviewing some concepts from lesson 1, lesson 2, and then using them together to sort of make something a little bit interesting at the start of this homework assignment. So we're going to start from the very beginning, which is going to be dictionaries in general, right? So I'm going to copy something right here. Here we go. This is a student of mine, and this is how you would create a dictionary. So we have a dictionary, you can see, is using these curly braces, and it has a key, which is name, age, and hobby, and then the value, which are the actual values for name, age, and hobby. And each item is separated by a comma, as you can see. So if I wanted to add another one, for example, if I wanted to add favorite food, I would do something like this. There we go. Perfect. I'm actually going to add some mistakes here too, like this, and yeah, let's do that. And let's do, yes, very good. Perfect. So now, if I wanted to print any one of these values, I can do so really easily, right? I say print, and I use the name of the variable, which is student, and then I use the key value pair, which is going to be name, like so. So if I print that off, it prints off he1. Very good. Now you should be able to make an f string that uses all of this. So you can say f string, and you can access everything using the key, like I mentioned, name, age, hobby, favorite food. So it'll be student name, student age, student hobby, student favorite food inside these square braces. So we'll do a couple, and then you can do the rest by yourself. So it can be, hello, my name is, we'll copy and paste this right here, and it should be inside of a curly brace like so. There we go. I am years old, like so. And this should be inside of curly braces, and this should be age. Very good. Now I've done 2, but I want you to do everything inside of one f sentence or one f string, right? So make sure you add name, age, and hobby to here. Good. Or rather, well, for the homework, it would be your favorite food. So it'd be Korean food, Japanese food, American food, and Italian food, which makes more sense when you look at the questions for part 2 of the homework. Okay, good. Next thing's next, or next rather. We're going to be adding some values and changing some values. So let's change the name. So we can actually change the name to be, let's get rid of this. We can say student name is now going to be equal to Kasim. We can add another value by doing the same thing. Student fave subject is going to be math, like so. Now, if I print, nothing's going to happen besides a name change. But if we printed, for example, this right here, you'd see that it's now equal to math, which it is on the bottom. It doesn't change here because this is what we've defined it as in the beginning. And yeah, it's what we defined it as in the beginning, but this is going to reflect, or this is going to be our latest changes. Good. Let's get rid of that. So now you know how to add different values. Good. We're going to reset it so that it just has he1 and my name, or I am 10 years old. Good. Now we're going to be using a few different string methods. How do we do that? Well, we can say something like, we know that he1 should be a capital letter here. So we should use title case. So we can do student name is now equal to student name dot title, like so. And if we print this off, you can see it changes it to a capital H. Good. We also want to make sure the hobby is in lowercase. So we say student, let's actually just copy this over. We're going to change this to hobby, and this is going to be hobby 2, and now this is going to be lower. Good. We'll actually add the hobby here too. I love to do, and there we go. Perfect. Oh, there's an unmatched. What is that? What is that? Okay. There is something wrong here. What is wrong? What is wrong? Yes, this should be the smaller one. There we go. Okay, good. So the reason that mistake happened is because you can see with the F string we use the double quotation marks, but inside of the F string, if we use another set of quotation marks or speech marks, it doesn't make sense. So we have to use the apostrophe, which is the single speech mark right here. So make sure it starts with the double and inside we use the single, like so. Good. Perfect, and I love to do art, amazing. So you can see that this worked too, and we should also maybe make our favorite, what should we make? Let's make favorite food into uppercase. For no reason. There's no logical reason why we would do that, but let's just do that anyway. Okay, so we'll have student fave food, like so, and we'll make it into upper, and then we can print that out into our F string, like so. Fave food. Okay. And there we go. We'll make that low. Oh, we'll make that to lowercase, like so, because we're changing it. Okay, good. Perfect. So now you can see that we've used a few different things. We're able to make a dictionary. We're able to change values inside of the dictionary. We're able to add new key value pairs to the dictionary. We're able to print F strings using the values inside or the key values inside of the dictionary. And we're able to use string methods like upper, lower, title to change the way that these key value pairs look, which is very complicated to say, but you have learned all of that. So yeah, so you should be able to do this homework. Good. Now I'm going to show you something else, which is unrelated, but related to your homework. So if we put here ice cream, like so. Now, what if I want to strip this of the space? Well, I can do that. I can also strip the space here, and I can also split this. So let's show you how to do that. So we'll do student hobby, or rather, yeah, student hobby is now equal to student. We'll just copy and paste this over. If I can type in, there we go. And we'll do strip, like so. Now, if we do this before we, actually we should print our student first, yeah, so print student. So now if we press play, you can see that, where is it? Okay, hobby has been stripped of any spaces, but there are spaces here. So if we got rid of this, you'd see that there would be a space. Like so, you can see the space, right, the white space. But if we put it back in, the space is gone. Really good, amazing. Now, the next thing we want to be looking at is going to be splitting. So let's just say we have ice cream, which we do. We can actually split this. And we're going to say fave food, fave food. Now, we're going to put this into something else, because when we split something like this, it actually has two values. So we've got to put the two values inside of something. So if we just say two values, just as a placeholder, let's see what happens. You can see it has, oh, nothing's happened because we didn't print two values. There we go. What about now? You can see it made a list, ice cream, right? But this list, it can go here, but it's not always advisable. But that's just something you need to know. I'm going to put it back in there now, but you should know that we don't usually do it like this, okay? But we'll put it back there. But for your homework, it's perfectly fine to do something like that. Good. Let's press play. And we'll do student. There we go. And now you can see there's ice cream here. Amazing. So we've also used split and strip, which is great. Now, the next thing I want you to do is make this interactive mini app using user input and dictionary. So we're going to make a really, really simple translator for you. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this right here. And there we go. This should help you. This is the same thing that was in your homework, so it shouldn't be too difficult. I'm just gonna make sure the formatting is correct. It is. Okay, press play. What happens? It says type an English word, hello. Well, now you can see the Korean word for hello is 안녕하세요. Very good. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is I want you to add 2, 3 more key value pairs here. I want you to try and test your input with different words, and I want you to make sure that we are able to handle messy inputs. Right, so I'm going to get rid of this here, but I want you to be able to get rid of, for example, if I type in hello like this, I want you to be able to handle that and put it back into lowercase and get rid of the white space so that it translates as this key right here. Perfect, very good. So that's pretty much everything for the homework. It'd be really good if you can do it up until this point. And I want you to really experiment with this. You don't need to touch any of this. So this you can just leave as it is. So I'll put that here. Leave this. This is just so it works. But everything else above here, you can feel free to experiment with it and see what you can get, right? But that's pretty much it. So hopefully that helps you with the homework, and I'm sure it will. Any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Goodbye.